Welcome to this Wynsam Wealth retirement induction video. My name is Wynsam Wealth. I'm the managing owner of Wynsam Wealth. We take care of your company's retirement fund. Your retirement is going to be one of the biggest investments you will make in your life. So clearly, it is important that you understand how and why it works. Today, I want to briefly discuss the structure of your fund. If you are watching this video, you are likely to be a new employee. If you have money in your previous company's retirement fund, I urge you to speak to us or a certified financial planner about transferring your new fund or preserving the benefits in your fund, your previous fund, and not withdrawing the money, paying huge tax and wasting that money. Withdrawing investment and retirement money when you change jobs is one of the worst financial decisions you could ever make in your life. So let us help you preserve that money and preserve your future. So you are joining your new company fund. Let's talk you through how all of this works. The first question you might have is, why have a retirement fund at all? Well, very few people have the discipline to save today for something that is so far away. Your retirement is 30 to 40 years from now, and generally speaking, as humans, we battle to sacrifice now so that we can benefit later. The fund helps you by ensuring that you save something today so that you will not be destitute when the retirement day finally arrives. So what are the benefits of having a company fund? Well, there are a large number of benefits. One of the key ones, though, is that the fees in a company fund should be far lower than what you should be able to buy this kind of expertise and this sort of investment advice in your individual capacity. You will also get a tax deduction for the contributions that you make to your retirement fund. A retirement fund like the one that you have at the company over here is run by professionals and experts, and it is seldom that you will have access to the kind of expertise that exists at the company level if you were an individual investor. The insurance that is bought as part of the company fund structure is much cheaper as well. It's simply about bulk buying. Because we're buying for so many more people as part of the company structure, it is far more cost effective. So how does your fund actually work? Now, this is not how your particular fund works. It's simply an example, and your numbers might be slightly different to this. But in this example, what we have is a company contribution of 15% and a contribution from yourself, the employee, at 10%. Now, 2% pays for the risk benefits in our example that's up on the board over here. Now, that 2% would then pay for the life cover or the disability cover that would be present on the actual fund. You would deduct the 2% from the company's 15%, giving you a total of 13%. That would then be added to your 10% contribution, giving us a total of 23%. From that 23%, there are some fund expenses that need to be paid for. These are normally measured as a percentage of annual fund salary, and they would include things like the administration costs for the company that does the administration, the consultant costs, and then your money would be invested. From there, it would grow so that you would have a nice amount available at retirement. So this is an example. Ask HR for the exact ratios that apply to your particular contribution, because different people have different contribution rates. Now that all the fees have been paid, the question is, how is the money actually invested? Since retirement is a long-term investment, the monies are invested in such a way so as to perform best over the long term. One of the biggest concerns we have over the long term is inflation. What does that mean? It means that when we invest the money, it must outperform inflation. Otherwise, the money is not going to be able to keep up with the things that we need money to be able to do for us. In other words, pay for the things that are our living expenses. Inflation erodes the value of money, so our money must grow at more than inflation. So how is it that we manage to get our money to grow at more than inflation? Well, we invest in things like shares, bonds, cash, and property. And a retirement portfolio is made up of various components of those investment classes. So that means that over the short period of time, because of volatility of those particular investment tools, the money could actually go up or down. That's over the short term. However, over the long term, it will grow and keep up with inflation. Now, you may wonder, but why would I want to invest my money in something that could possibly be worth less than what it is worth today over the short term? You might say, why don't I just put my money in the bank then? Doesn't that make more sense? Well, initially it might seem to make more sense. But take a look at this particular graph over here, and we're going to have a look at inflation. First of all, here's a graph of inflation over the last 10 years ending in December 2015. And you can see that the inflation rate has been 7.5% over that period of time. Now, if we wanted an investment that performed more than inflation, how would we achieve that? Because if we put our money in the bank, that would be approximately what we would get. Those currently being the bank rates over the last period. So let's have a look at another graph that shows us a balanced fund. Now, this is the kind of fund that many retirement funds would invest in. This is the Alan Gray Balanced Fund, and you can see that it has outperformed inflation by a huge margin over the time. And even during the market crash of 2008, it never dropped below the value that inflation would have provided, or an investment in the bank would have actually provided. So what are the differences in the two returns? Remember, we said that the money market account, or a proxy for inflation, would have delivered approximately 7.5%. Well, the Alan Gray Fund, look at the number across over there, 13.5% per annum. Now, that doesn't sound like a huge difference in terms of the outperformance, but compounded every single year, year after year, it creates a huge difference in the actual amount that is available for you to retire with. So we accept some of the short-term up and downs in exchange for long-term performance that will give us the growth that we need, so that when we retire, we can do so with more money and more buying power than what we have today. Now, we do realize that as people approach retirement, they want to often take on less risk. They don't want to be exposed as much as they were previously to the volatility that is found in the marketplace. So we use what is called a life stage model. So as you get closer and closer to retirement, the money starts being transferred into a more conservative investment, so that as you get closer to retirement, you're less exposed to the volatility of the market. You may also have insurance benefits on your fund. Please check with HR if this benefit applies to you as well. Wynsam Wealth is here to be able to help you to use your fund to successfully navigate your way to a good retirement. Your fund is set up well and runs very well. It is in your advantage to be able to get the maximum out of the fund. Remember, though, that you may need to have other savings other than your provident fund. This is especially the case if you changed employers and you cashed out that retirement money. For personalized financial planning and retirement planning, please contact us or consult a certified financial planner. Here on the FPI's website, you'll be able to find out a lot of information about financial planning. You'll also be able to find a certified financial planner. There's a database of them that you can search and find someone who'll be able to help you. Of course, at Wynsam Wealth, we have certified financial planners that you can speak to, but you're not limited to speaking to just us. That's what the FPI is there for, to help you to identify a professional who will be able to help you. We want to thank you very much for joining us for this video. We hope that you've been able to find out more about your retirement fund, and we hope that it helps you to plan successfully for a successful and prosperous retirement. Thank you.